Oh, so, yeah. Oh, good to see yous. Good to see me. Yeah, I've been down with the flu for a week, so I've been very sick, and I missed Halloween. I really wanted to go to a friend's Halloween dance that they were going to. That was really, it was a great thing. I'm really glad that you had fun. I wish I could have joined you, but I was just way too sick. So anyway, I feel better. So I've come out to get some sunshine and some fresh air because, yeah. Oh, wow. Still coughing up nasty stuff, but it's not as bad. So, anywho, one of the unfortunate side effects of being sick is that you're at home with nothing else to do except go on fucking Twitter. I mean, that's about all I had the strength to do. And there was a story on Twitter about New York police murdering a pet squirrel. And surprisingly, right-wingers were outraged by this. I mean, after decades of saying, yeah, back the blue, every time police went out and killed somebody's pet, suddenly the right wing are outraged by the typical behavior of American police in America. These are people that murder pets. It's what they fucking do. And so they did what they usually do, and instead of cheering for them, the American far right is outraged. Oh no, they murdered a squirrel! Oh! This was the shocking part. This was the shocking part. But then I realized something. There's a reason for this. You see, Elon Musk is trying to milk a dead squirrel to get votes for Donald Trump. So what he's done is he's got his boys in Moscow to come out on Twitter and pretend to be compassionate individuals, to pretend to be outraged by this atrocity, pretend to be horrified that police would murder a defenseless pet, pretend to be making a connection between the murder of a pet and a medical procedure called abortion, which they are insisting Kamala Harris is going to make mandatory, that everybody's going to have to get an abortion. Men, women, children, it doesn't matter. You're all going to have to get an abortion if Kamala wins. Like, this is the kind of nonsense that Elon Musk and his supporters, backers, and, let's face it, his bots have been vomiting up on the internet for weeks. And now there's a dead squirrel. And the American far right suddenly has compassion for pets that are murdered by police. And they're portraying Donald Trump in AI-generated art, covered in squirrels that he's hugging, and he so loves these squirrels. Kind of like how he was all about kittens back when he was claiming that Haitians were eating cats. And that was about a month ago. The Haitians are eating the pets. They're eating the pets. They're eating the pets. Oh! And of course, none of this ever happened. It was literally bullshit. But the AI-generated art showing Donald Trump with kittens and puppies just poured out onto the internet, especially on Twitter. Because, well, yeah, attempting to portray one of the least compassionate men in the world as a man of compassion does require the use of AI. It really does. kind of like portraying him as athletic, muscular, heroic, anything that's not morally repugnant. Yes. And so now a squirrel has been murdered, and this is actually something that happened. And Elon Musk and his following are attempting to blame Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris did it. Yes, I hear you. Ducks. Yeah. In any case, yeah. The depths to which these people will stoop is truly astounding. These are people who have zero compassion, suddenly pretending to be wellsprings of compassion for a squirrel who was murdered. Yes, this is wrong. This is unacceptable. This is intolerable. But it was wrong, unacceptable, and intolerable a long time ago when you people were cheering and saying, "Back the blue!" and taunting the survivors who would watch their pets die, saying, "Oh, the little nigger got all sad and teary. Have a Kleenex." Yeah. Yeah. These were the people who were doing this. "Oh, the big bad police murdered your stupid little gay pet. Go dye your hair purple." Yeah. Yeah. This is the response of the right to police murdering pets for years. Except now, suddenly, they found their compassion for Peanut the squirrel. Well, all I can say is, fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, you hypocritical bags of shit. Fuck you. You are trying to milk a dead squirrel for votes. You're a disgusting bunch of assholes. No, you don't have compassion. You pretend to have compassion in order to milk a dead squirrel. Where's your compassion when children are gunned down in classrooms in your own fucking country? Where's your compassion? Well, it's obviously not there. It's not there for the children, who you always say, "Think of the children," right up until the moment when somebody takes a Kalashnikov or an AR-15 to school and just boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, who cares about the kids? Fuck those kids. It's all fake news anyway, right? Yeah. Wow. Anywho, yeah. Yeah. So yes, the death of Peanut the squirrel is a tragedy and a classic example of the warrior cop mentality on display. And the only thing that's really shocking is the right wing suddenly finding their compassion. Because, well, yeah, ordinarily you're cheering for this kind of bullshit. But now there's an election, and so you are personally blaming Kamala Harris, specifically, as though she herself either ordered the killing or pulled the trigger in person. I sincerely doubt that she was even aware that there was a pet squirrel in New York State. However, I will say this. There have been laws against keeping pet squirrels in the state of New York for decades. And these laws were introduced by conservatives in order to prevent squirrels from finding a way around their policy of extermination. So to suddenly have compassion for pet squirrels is hypocrisy on the part of American conservatives. You're the ones who made it illegal to have a pet squirrel. You're the ones who made that decision. You're also the ones who encouraged the warrior cop. You're the ones who encouraged police to take a kill, kill, kill mentality. You're the ones who've been promoting this. You're the ones who've been cheering for this. So when that kill, kill, kill mentality is directed against a pet squirrel who is illegally a pet because of your laws making it illegal to have a pet, you don't get to be fucking outraged. You don't get to be fucking outraged. You just don't. Okay? Now, maybe if one of you had said, hey, maybe that law's a little bit ridiculous at some point, but you never did. You were all law and order, constantly. It's the law, it's the law, and the law must be obeyed, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Every one of you is a fucking perfect Javert. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. Javert. 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 And so when you are suddenly, oh no, they murdered a squirrel, all I can say is, what a bunch of fucking hypocrites. What a bunch of fucking hypocrites. You made those laws. You demanded that they be enforced. You insisted on promoting a police mentality of kill, kill, kill. And when it all comes together, and a squirrel, an innocent squirrel, is murdered, all of a sudden, oh no! Not because it's morally wrong, because you don't care about that. No, your concern is, how can we milk this tragedy for votes for Donald Trump? How can we milk this tragedy? How can we milk a dead squirrel? That's all you care about. You didn't give a damn about Peanut until you realized that it was politically useful to pretend to care. Yeah. So no, I'm not going to support your right-wing bullshit. I'm just not. Because you didn't care enough to actually suggest overturning a stupid law. And you didn't care enough to consider maybe watering down the pro-police rhetoric. And you didn't care enough when police were murdering other people's pets. But suddenly it's an election year and the police murdered a squirrel, and you need to be all up in arms about it, not because you actually give a shit, but because it's a useful piece of political theater in which you strategically try to blame Ms. Harris for the consequences of the policies that you have been embracing for fucking decades. Seriously, people. How stupid do you believe the voting public is? That they're going to be fooled when a wannabe astronaut tries to milk a dead squirrel to get votes for an orange messiah? How stupid do you think the voting public is that they're going to fall for that? How stupid. Seriously.